He spent the next decade as a popular and hard-working forward for the Knicks. Phil did have to sit out their first championship season in 1970 due to a back injury, but he played a key role in the Knicks' second title in '73. And those years in New York would also serve as an apprenticeship for his future career as a coach.
Stolen by Jackson, racing ahead of the field, no one near him, he drives and lays it in, and Jackson took it out of the hands.
I don't play a physical game per se. My game is more flowing with the blow or taking the blow and rolling with the punch.
What do you take from your years with the Knicks? I know you're a great admirer of the head coach, Red Holzman. As you think back to those days, what stands out? What have you been able to transfer to your head coaching career?
Okay, the team, you were, novice, announcer at that time.
Still am.
Yeah, no, you're not a novice. You're an experienced one. But Red disciplined the team and got them to play full court defense and be unselfish. And the championship was won behind that.
The New York Knickerbockers have won the 1969-70 World Championship of Basketball.
I missed the championship. Fortunately, I had another opportunity to play in a couple championship series the next couple years when I came back from the injury. And during the off process, that year off, Red Holzman he always liked me, but he just took me under his arm. He talked basketball with me, how he looked at the game and how the game should be played. And, I just got a feel for the game watching him coach and working, behind the scenes that one year I sat out.
All right, so what do you got, Captain? The ball, Ray. The ball, baby.
Red would be one of the first people to tell you I never diagrammed a play. He had me diagram plays when I was a player. And I'm not great at diagramming either, but I was the guy that made the playbook for the players that came in that was new. Most of the time, it was about defense, it was about team play.
As a player, Phil was often seen as rebellious and unconventional, so he never imagined he would become a figure of authority as a head coach. In those days, and I believe as your quote beatnik days, if someone said to you, you are going to be a head coach in the NBA, forget about all the success you've had, looking down the road, what would you have said to them?
Well, I was stupid enough to write a book when I was 28 or 27, Maverick. It was a book I wrote in '75, and the book was basically, about coaching. I would never want to be a head coach because there's too much, angst that you put up with these players. Their egos are too big, you have to mollify them. I can't see a person wanting to be a head coach in the NBA. That's a direct quote from that book. So, I knew at that time that coaching was a struggle, but Red encouraged me to go into coaching.
After coaching in the CBA, Phil joined the Bulls as an assistant in 1987, and 2 years later he took over for Doug Collins as head coach.
Damn, the birds are giving up, boys. Keep right at it. They're having a hard time building the energy. All right.
It was a chance to join forces with the game's greatest player, Michael Jordan. Coaching Michael also presented a challenge. Talk about the process in getting your star player, Michael Jordan, to buy into your system, because you knew that without him on your side, your coaching career might have been a short one.
Without a doubt. The premier player in the game. Michael was not a prima donna at all, but he knew how good he was, and he knew a lot of times that he could get a better shot sometimes than his teammates could.
Here's Michael at the foul line. A shot on Elo. Good! The Bulls win it! They win it!
I had to convince him it wasn't that important for him to win scoring championships, and he won 3 in a row. But it was more important for the team to distribute the ball and to have more opportunities for other players to score. It wasn't easy, and he bought into it.
Following his run of 6 titles with the Bulls, Phil Jackson took a year off to relax and reflect. But then came a new opportunity that was too good to pass up, becoming the head coach of the Lakers. Despite having Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant, LA had been swept from the playoffs the previous 2 seasons, and Phil knew he needed to get Shaq and Kobe onto the same page, but he could not have realized just how complicated it would be.
Without further ado, the new coach of the Los Angeles Lakers, Phil Jackson.
Phil, you took over in Los Angeles, 1999, a team that had not yet reached its full potential. How did Kobe and Shaq get along in those earlier days? How difficult was that for you?